Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the London Black Knights. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Tight go. 80 weapon. King.
Throwing, Mayfield, taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Alert! 56 is the mic. Get that! Hey! High 7. Real. Hey, turn it up.
From the gun, Mayfield taking a shot for Samuel. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
56. Mike, 56.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Open man is Michael Thomas. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. On first down, gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Hey, Delta.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mayfield. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll run on first down. Sanders, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 25.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now on 2nd and 16. Goff. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a draw play with Drake. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
198. Hey, Zoo. I'm here. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Thomas. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. What's good on the extra point? And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Able to spin free. And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Up, left. Regular. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
A second down throw for Mayfield. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Go. Switch up. Joker. Switch.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Run. 51 Hey, orbit.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Point it right. 56. Mike's 56. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 56 to Mike. Smooth. 50 to Mike.
Now Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. With a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. These two teams all tied after one.
Hey, they scared. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Come on, boy. Tiger. Don't be scared of it.
After the interception, here's Goff. Thomas has got it, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Hey, exit.
198. Watch 98.
From the gun, here's Goff. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the...
And he will take it in for the touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead.
This is similar to baseball, where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game...
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Hey, wahoo!
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. And got him in, it's Woods. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Mayfield now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. They'll run with Sanders. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 42-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Regular. Pistol. Hey, echo.
Mayfield looks to throw. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. The 20, 10, and he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Next the score, Black Knights 21, Steelers 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
that would be the number.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 2nd and 9, Goff looking here for Smith downfield. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
My alpha.
Right there, 56. I got him. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Blue Dan, blue Dan.
11.
56.
11.
Out of the gun. Gone. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Goff now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
Check.
Hey, Delta.
Check. Hot, hot. Showing up. Showing up.
We go. 76. 76.
Eat. Hey, watch the slant.
Goff now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Goff now looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At the 44-yard line.
You ain't going nowhere.
Real. Pistol. Hey, Charlie.
It's our time. It's our time. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5.
On 2nd and 7, Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
17.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, kill. Hey, seam 6.
55.
And the blitz does come. Going deep for Eifert. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go!
Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man. 56.
Now it's gone. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Goff now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. On the toss play, this is Drake. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Value 1.
56. Mike's 56. Yeah.
Hey, orbit.
56.
Now on 2nd and 16. Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
12.
It's going to be a long day. Hey, watch it, watch it.
Smith. Ric Flair.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
3rd and long. It's gone. And that is incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Here's Coleman. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They will run again with Coleman. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Hold on. Check. Hey, exit.
55 is mine, guys. 55. Check pass.
From the 50, it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right in your...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Regular. Hey, foxtrot.
Mayfield now from the 50, taking a shot for Samuel. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 17. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
King. Check. Hey, on 33.
From the red zone now, Mayfield on the move. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Hey, alert! Hey, Wood.
56. Hey, watch the slant. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught by Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down. That's the end.
Welcome back now here in London. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal of 47 yards.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 59.
Now gone. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Gone. He's going to float this one deep right side. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Point it right. 56. Mike, 56.
Five.
I got one. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I got him.
King. I got him.
From the 38, Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, and now it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
56 to Mike. 56.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
I got him.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
He's checking.
Scratch. I got him.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
180.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Pistol. 51, Bravo.
Let's pick it up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Well, that's complete to Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Hey, alert 33.
I'm coming after you.
Check 52.
Check safety. Slam.
Pistol.
Under 10. 10.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Another run here with Sanders. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Regular. Hey, Delta. Hey, alert!
51.
Hey, Charlie.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Past the Latavius Murray. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Latavius Murray. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Goff eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw, Goff. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. Thomas, the intended target. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Good sec. 180! Cover. One cut.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard on the play, and it's third down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Pittsburgh, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the home team here, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And it's going to be wait-and-see time as they figure out their status for the upcoming playoffs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm